Hello.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Huh?
We just went live and people started talking. Inge, can you hear Aeon?
No, I can hear everyone except from him.
Aeon, talk for a long section.
Hello.
Just
I'm
say cheese
talking.
goat, goat, cheese, cheese, cheese goat.
What?
Just say cheese goat, 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 cheese goat.
Cheese goat,
Order.
goat, goat, cheese goat.
Did you hear that, Inge?
No?
Try rejoining the room real quick.
Or unmuting Aeon?
Test 2?
Testing, testing.
Yeah, now I can hear you.
It was just a Discord issue.
Oh, fantastic.
Hello, everyone! We went live and we
I
had
can't hear
technical
the
issues.
music of roll 20 for some reason.
Did you have Roll20 muted by accident?
I don't think so. It's everything is permitted. I'm just
Check the options and otherwise F5. F5 always fix everything for me.
Also, it's not that important.
I would like to have some music here anyway.
Ah.
There we go.
Technical difficulties fixed. Hello, everyone! We have technical difficulties that we keep having to fix. It's the internet. It's the PC era. And most of... Yeah, seem to be experiencing some technological differences. Thank you. Anyhow, welcome everyone to my D&D show, which is literally called D&D with your DM Kotlol. I am very unoriginal. There's no special name, nothing like Critical Role or other fancy names. No, this is just D&D.
Perception check.
Good. What do you roll, please?
Rolling 18.
You see the session coming up. You see into the DM's notes. The DM notices that you're looking at their notes. What did you see? You saw that you have to investigate a kidnapping. You feel sad. The DM also feels sad you looked at his notes.
Well, at least it's not a older coming. Oh, shit.
Anyhow, I am your Dungeon Master, Kotlol, and we are now with 6 people in this room, because we have a new member joining us. And I'd like to welcome Aeon,
Hello.
whose character you have not seen yet and will be appearing probably this session. Unless some people decide to not do the direct route and decide to, I don't know, get lost.
Kidnapper.
We have no idea who you are talking about.
We would never.
Anyhow, we are also joined by our warlock pirate friend, Robert.
Hello.
We are joined by our mysterious rogue that might not be a rogue, Veronica.
Hello, hello.
We're joined by the not so chaotic, super duper chaotic one, Elona.
Hi everyone.
We are joined by the somewhat wise one compared to others, Osius. And with that, that's everyone introduced. Last time, we were... Well, what would I say? You guys arrived in the capital of Lagana after traveling for a little bit. And you had your stop at Rock Band, where we had to keep reminding people it's spelled with a T. I remember. At the same time... Oh, come on. Notes, hello, where did you go? Notes? Oh, there they are. At the same time... Yeah, you guys went for an inn, you stayed in the inn, you learned a bit of the environment at Rock Band, about learning about the disease that crawls around the city, which is called the Black Spots. Our warlock friend learned about that the mayor's sons is affected, and, well, that alchemists are working on a cure together with a wizard, but they're all younglings, as in they just graduated, and well, it seems to be on a low effort. But considering it would take a while to... Oh, what's this? Oh. Sorry, I had a message. But considering it would take a while to find out what the origin would be, they decided to hurry up to the great city of Lagana. After seeing some of the sights on the way of the caravan, you guys finally arrived at the great city of Lagana. And, that's where we start off. Welcome to the great city of Lagana.
I'm gonna have to zoom out immediately.
I dropped your characters off at where the caravan would drop you off. Now, before you say, like, there are no districts names. Yes, I was not in the mood to name everything, so I do have notes for everything. So you don't have to worry about that.
Oh, there we are.
Yeah,
I couldn't even.
Yeah, I also
Where
had
are
to
we?
look for a moment.
yeah.
To the left of the entrance.
Yeah, but there are
So-
multiple entrances.
here.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah. Way down there.
Yes, we are way down here.
Congratulations. So, with that, your plan is to now head to Veronica's home to learn about the kidnapping of the Viscount.
Mm-hmm.
So, first up, you've arrived at the square in the South City. This is a simple square, just one of the many squares around the city, and it is known that it's mostly meant for arrivals and some quick trade. It's a very simple square. On the south of the building, on the south of the square there is a theater, and on the west, that red little building is an inn, and otherwise they're just shops around. Anyhow, what do you want to discuss or plan doing?
What time is it currently? First off?
It's just past noon.
Okay.
I'm going to search for a library.
I'll join you.
Oh, not
Perhaps you
again.
should do with that until we've actually been where we have to be.
I was about to
Need us?
say, we are here for a purpose, so we should probably head there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you need us for that.
Would probably be smart that if we get everyone sorted. Besides, you can probably also check the library in my house. It's got a few books you might be interested
now
in.
that somebody dragged us over here, we might as well help. So
You
Yeah.
have lots of books in your house.
I have plenty.
Well, I
Haven't
would definitely
finished.
like to check them out.
Yeah, I haven't finished all of them yet. I started, I never really finished. So,
Come in.
all right. May as well start going. It's a bit of a walk though.
Veronica, quick history check to see if you remember the way from here. Because
I'm gonna
Lagana
look
is a
over-
gigantic city, you might have trouble navigating. With advantage because this is your home town. My home city.
Mhm.
Why is it not showing it correctly? 15. Yeah, you pretty much know the way. You know that you're currently in one of the outer districts, and that you have to head to the most inner districts where most of the nobility is.
Yeah. Okay. So I can just start leading everyone over there, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, let's start walking. Like I said, it's a bit of a walk. Let's go.
whatever.
Good, okay, I'm following you.
It's also, as you are moving along the paths, you notice that there's a lot of horseback carts going along. In fact, there's also a lot of carriages going along, like there is some sort of transit system within the city. However, they seem to be mostly staying on the big roads as the stone roads, as some of the more dirt roads are treaded by donkey carts, as in carts pulled by donkeys.
Mm-hmm. Watch where you step. You might accidentally step in something.
Don't give me ideas. It would be very shitty of me to do so.
Oh, shut up.
What's your passive perception?
Yeah, passive perception, good idea.
Okay, just to double check, is there actually a guard in front of the gate? I'm pretty sure there isn't.
There are guards, but they're just standing there. They're just standing there on guard, but they're not gonna stop you.
Alright.
You just know that there are guards at every gate in case of an emergency and that they have to, close districts off.
Uh-huh. Oh, well, I walk past them and say, good morning! As I
The
pass
guards
by.
are clad in bronze and iron-looking combined armor and wear the symbol of Lagana.
I would hope they would.
Nothing special. They just nod and move on. Veronica, you know that you enter the most inner district where most of the royalty is. As you remember, you have to go past the large square in the middle in front of the castle.
Alright. Okay.
If anyone wants to do a history check or anything about the square and such, you may.
Alright. May as well just go to the square first.
It's not a square, it's round.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. But everyone calls it a square. It's silly.
It's a plaza, but in the middle there's a large fountain depicting several different races, orcs, hobgoblins, and mostly what you would concern the more bigger and bulkier races holding up a large, what do you call that, dish where the fountain flows water down from. And surrounding the whole plaza are several smaller stalls selling things and many people going to the hustle and bustle through the streets. You do notice that most of the people that are walking around here are fancier dressed than the ones you've seen from the southern area. But there are some that are just dressed more commonly. Veronica, your house is over here.
Alright.
All this markets.
Would be smart. Alright.
You know what? That's actually a bad idea. You won't see that on the big end of the
Oh.
map. So
Well, it's right about... Well, place is right around the corner. It's up this way.
it's you all head towards the house and yeah, you're blotting it out. Please do not blot out areas. It's just gonna be awkward. House. Then I know who did that.
No, that was not me. I mean, it's German, but like, no, it's not me.
Okay. There's that guy down there.
Don't you try to put things into my shoes.
Well, you were being framed. Anyhow,
I was framed.
as you come closer to what looks like a smaller form of a mansion, Nicholas sighs in relief. Well, here we are.
Yep. It's been like a whole year since I've been here last time.
Was it really that long? Felt more like half a year to me.
At least a year. Lost count, but I'm pretty sure it's been a year.
All right. We should head inside and I guess question what's going on. There doesn't seem to be any investigators here right now. Otherwise, there would have been there would have been guards up front. I'm guessing they're done with investigating here for now.
Yeah. They might just be around in the gardens too, so... Anyway, let's head in. Because I'm pretty sure we've got a few people who would be curious to see us.
Mm-hmm. As you all head inside as a group... By the way, I'm moving that ugly circle if you don't mind. There. Otherwise I can't see Ozzius.
Hey,
You were under it.
I don't care.
So, as you enter the mansion, Veronica opens the two large oaken doors, and you head inside. And inside you can see it's a two-story mansion, but it has a two-story mansion with a grand staircase through the middle that goes upwards to the second level, with a balcony surrounding the big grand hall. There's also several small. There's also on the bottom floor there are 4 corridors that lead towards other areas, and on the top floor the same deal is applied. There don't seem to be carpeting everywhere, but there's definitely the floor is definitely made of some sort of stone.
Right. Well, as they say, I suppose. Welcome to my little humble abode.
You call this humble?
Pretty much.
I don't think I've ever been in a house this big.
You get used to it after a while. Anyway.
You'd be surprised. You could get lost a little bit, but there are bigger buildings here in the city. This is considered a smaller mansion of all things.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The castle itself is almost as big as an entire town. Anyhow, Nicholas goes. Anyhow, I'm going to check on one of the servants' quarters if you don't mind.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll ask
Do you
some
have any
questions.
idea where my brother-in-law would be at this time?
I'm not sure. Your brother-in-law might be in the office of your husband.
Well, of course he would be. All right, may as well go see what he's up to.
So, any other the guys doing? No, nothing.
I would like to just see if there's anything valuable in the mansion that I could pick up.
Are you trying to see it, or are you trying to guesstimate?
I'm basically just looking around and seeing if I can see anything that might be valuable.
You're trying to see. Now that's a perception.
I love my lower.
Perceive the shinies.
Well, there's nothing what you would consider something you would call plunder. I mean, things look nice, but nothing you could see like, yes, this is plunder. This could really enhance my loot on top of my soon-to-be ship.
Yeah, my suit's be shit.
Because you don't have one!
Yeah, I don't even have the money for it.
Do it.
You're fired.
That's true.
Anyhow, Veronica, you know that the office is up the stairs and then towards the right down the first corridor and then the second door to the left.
All right, so I start heading up there.
Does everyone follow, or does someone decide to be a little bit of a naughty person?
Well, Veronica, do you want us to come with you, or could I have a look at the books?
The books is in this direction, so you can veer off once we get to the office, if you prefer.
Cool.
Everyone follows? Good.
Yep.
As you arrive in the office, Veronica, you do not see your brother-in-law at all. In fact, you see one of the maids cleaning off the office desk. This maid...
Go ahead.
No, I thought you wanted to say something first.
Oh, I was thinking.
This is an half-elven maid with long silver hair, blue eyes, and her name is Sylvie.
Oh, yeah. Hello, Sylvie.
Huh? What? Oh, Master Veronica? Mistress Master.
Yes, it's me. Been a while. How are you doing? Well,
I
aside aside from everything that's been happening?
Yeah, that shocked us as well. Oh, I'm fine. The family's fine too, if you want to know. But I'm glad you came back so soon after, well, the incident. Can I be of any service with you and your comrades? The half-elven maid looks at, well, the group.
Well, I have one thing I want to ask you. Can you actually show Ilona here to the library? She's curious about the collection we have.
Oh, sure.
And do you happen to know where my brother-in-law happens to be? I was expecting him to be here.
Oh, right, the library. As for your brother-in-law, he's currently investigating in another area. Apparently, there was someone got caught up as a main suspect in one of the stations, and he was going to go off to check there, but then he said he's just going to ask a few questions and then go off to check a certain area himself. Where was it? He said something about going towards one of the eastern districts. Don't know why. He's been very secretive about his own goings.
How long has he been gone?
I'd say since 10 o'clock this morning.
So that's about 2 or so hours. He should be back in Sudan, I assume.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not expecting him to just up and abandon the place.
Indeed. Oh, where was it again? Where the suspect went? Where was it? It was in it was one of the stations near. Which district was it again? I think it was in a culture district in the west. You know the one? You know the square with all the theaters? I believe that's where they are holding the suspect at the moment.
That's quite a ways away.
Yeah, but they say they found some key evidence of them.
Interesting.
We were informed about it since your brother-in-law questioned one of the investigators when they stopped by. But you know the law in Lagana, and until there is no speck of a doubt, the person will stay within custody for at least a week. And after a trial, that's when they will be moved to a harsher jail.
If needed, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Anyway, I'll give him like half an hour to an hour to show up. If not, we may as well just start heading over to see what's going on.
Probably for the best.
Yeah. Could you also have some snacks and drinks arranged for us while we wait?
Sure. Are you gonna have that in the parlor?
Yes, please. We'll see you there.
All right then.
And
Miss
Ilona, enjoy the books.
Miss Ilona, please follow me into the next room over. And the half elf goes outside and goes to further down the corridor into the next room.
I might as well tag along.
Okay, Robert tags along.
All right.
So as Ilona and Robert both go to the library, you find yourself in a, well, it's not one of the biggest libraries you've seen. It's actually small considered a library, but you know, still big for a mansion. You see several bookcases with books of all kinds. And they don't seem to be categorized. They don't really show any categorization, unlike an actual library. This is definitely someone's personal library where they just put books back in how they see fit instead of a system. Is that all?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Good. Then, and Sylvia leaves the room to go to the kitchen. Ozius and Veronica, what are you two doing? You're going to the parlor?
I'm just heading to the parlor, yes. Are you joining me, Ozzy?
Sure. Not much else.
So, Veronica and Ozzy both go downstairs and head towards the corridor from the entrance to the left and back, towards an area that is what would be considered a open area with several couches to sit in, as well as a large, as well as a sort of half glass dome, which is pretty much a terrace, where sunlight comes in.
Well, it's been a while since I've seen this place. Well, take a seat wherever. I'm pretty sure Silver will be back with the drinks and snacks in a minute.
Okay. Ozzy sits on the floor.
Okay.
All right.
Library seekers, what are you doing in the library? What are you looking for?
First, I'd like to check, just to read some of the titles of the books to check what kind of subjects there are.
Are you just picking a random bookcase, or you're just going for it?
Picking a random bookcase.
Roll me a D50 and then an investigation check. What about you, Robert?
I cannot click on D50.
Just type into the chat RD50.
So,
Slash RD50. Robert?
yeah, well, I'd like to actually look for books about naval-themed things, for especially naval combat that Lagana might have had in other nations before.
I tried the other slash, it says unrecognized command.
You need to put a space between the R and the D. Thank you. 29. And now roll your investigation. Looking for naval. Quick investigation check for me, please.
Investigation.
Okay.
I hate.
It's not coming in yet. So I'm going to do Alona first.
My There we
Okay,
go,
it's
now
loading.
loaded.
Well,
We're back with
fail. Okay,
Yes.
Alona first. As you look around one of the random bookshelves, you see, you very much see that there are all kinds of novels on this bookshelf. Just all kinds of novels about different stories. What you can guess from the titles. Nothing really magical in a sense, except, well, some stories involve magical creatures, like the unicorn and the prince, or the fairy who likes to nibble on rumors, that kind of stuff. So, but nothing really says like, this is very interesting. Now, this is very much all the kinds of cultural novel things. Jeremy! Robert! You decide to investigate, and the only thing you see is books about... What's this? All kinds of books about calculations and taxes. All kinds of boring stuff.
Taxes.
Laws and taxes. Taxes and laws. And even some encyclopedias, but they're all about laws and money. Money is like, this is boring. This is not naval. How did I get into boring paperwork? So yeah, that's what you guys do. And in the meantime, in the parlor, Sylvie quickly comes into the parlor and puts down a tray with 4 cups, a large pot of tea, and I hit the microphone. Good job, me. And a plate full of different cookies.
Oh, sweet. Thanks, Sylvie.
No problem, Master Veronica. Do you need anything else from me?
For now, no. We're just gonna wait here. Thank you.
Then I shall presume cleaning duties. She bows and takes a
Yeah.
leave. Okay, back to the library, I guess. Anything else, library seekers, or are you gonna head to the pod to have a bit of a snack? Gonna get you to
I
let
would
you
like
do.
to continue to see if I can find anything non-fiction sciencey.
Just novel.
Not
Okay.
something not novel.
Okay, that's you need to be more precise, otherwise you're just gonna need to roll perception and see what you see.
If I see anything on health and medicine.
Medicine, health and medicine. Okay, that's an investigation check. Robert, you?
I'd like to try and continue searching for naval stuff. Maybe this
Roll
is a bit
again, but
difficult.
with disadvantage because of the 1. Hey. Okay, that's if it's a 19, you're gonna pull off the disadvantage roll I did. Alona, you do not find anything of note. Well, you okay? So I'll come back to you. But you find nothing really of note about any kind of medicine or health books. Doesn't seem that the Viscount has much books about medicine. Might not be his interest.
Library.
Might not be might not be one of his interests, or he might have a book somewhere, but you cannot find it right now. Mermy, because it's disadvantage, you get the dirty 20. But hey,
Yeah.
you succeeded.
Yes, finally.
You do find a book about. You do find at least a dozen books about naval combat and naval ships. Considering Lagana is a warring kingdom and this is their capital, it wouldn't be surprised that the nobility probably has books about war in some sort of capacity.
Yeah.
You pick up one of the books and you open it. I want you to roll a quick D100 for me to see what the contents are. Let's have a little bit of fun. Let's have a little bit of fun. Oh, 96. That's actually a very interesting result.
Yeah, if it was that result in yesterday's campaign
Yeah?
with the thing.
Yeah. It's close to it. So,
Yeah.
let me guess, I
Oh,
have to
good,
spawn
good.
had to spawn the evil dragon as well?
No.
Sorry, what
first-
happened yesterday?
Oh yeah.
Party member died.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
It's okay. It's just you.
Oh, wonderful.
Anyhow,
I mean,
no, you
I
open the
have
book,
that, so-
and ironically, when you read this book, when you read the first page of the book, you read and you're like, wait a minute. This involves pirate tactics. I recognize this maneuver. Yeah, I really do. Huh, interesting. He has a book about pirate tactics. That's it. So, it shows the maneuver of taking down an enemy's anchor, so that it drops sooner, so that it would stop moving, so that they're easy to board. It shows a maneuver to make sure your cannons are more aimed at the rudder of the back of a ship, so that it doesn't they cannot be steering, so you can control their course. All kinds of movements like that. It's like these are also military attacks, but mostly are used by pirates to, make sure they can take over the ship. Because pirates, they want to have the cargo of a ship, and that means not that shooting at the ship's part of it to stop it from moving. Yeah, it interests you. Okay, how long are you library keeper staying up there? Just real quick.
Nah, I'm heading to the pantry, but I'm taking Fluff out because he needs some fresh air.
Okay, the fairy dragon. Fluff, the fairy dragon happily comes out and goes like, this is a nice place.
Isn't it? It's huge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. As for you?
1 second, I'm going to look at something. I'd like to skip through the books and see if I can find anything in their indexes about someone named Dagon.
You wrote that down. Good job.
I did.
Please roll me an investigation check. Because you're now investigating the books. Not advantage or disadvantage, just normal.
Okay.
Let's see, what did you roll? 14. Nothing of note. Nothing about these tactical names have nothing on Dagon that you can find.
Alright.
You feel like you might have missed something in the indexes, but you're like, well, most of these are more tactical things than actually something about pirates.
Logbooks or something like that would be more helpful, that maybe.
Yeah, but you can't really find anything that looks like a logbook in here.
Yeah. In that case, I'm gonna put most of the books back into the shelves, but I'm gonna keep the one about pirate tactics, and I'd like to ask Monica if I could keep that for a while.
Once you enter the parlor, okay? The two eventually enter the parlor, and Robert will ask about the book. Veronica!
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. Yeah, Robert, you have to ask Veronica now.
Yes. Veronica, I found this book, and I'm quite interested in its contents. Is it alright if I would keep that for a while?
Just make sure you don't break it. And I do expect it to be returned once you finished it.
Will be done. And that's slide into my bag.
All right. You all decide to sit in the parlor, having a bit of tea, drink, talking about a few things. And after about 40 minutes... how long are you waiting? Veronica?
Well, we gave him an hour. We gave him an hour, so he's
So,
not there within the hour.
After an hour, your brother-in-law has yet to return.
Well, he is taking his sweet time, looks like.
You do remember that your brother-in-law likes to be thorough in things.
Yeah. I hate that about him. All right.
Yeah.
I get up from my seat and say,
That's
"Well,
funny, Asius.
Okay. May as well go see where he's at. If you guys want to stay for a while and explore the mansion, that's fine. Just don't get in the way of the servants. And if you want to explore the town, go right ahead. I'm not gonna stop you guys. But let's agree to meet here around dinner time at least, shall we?
Sure.
All right. Is Nicholas still here, actually, or?
He's in the servant quarters.
Right.
He is still a servant, technically.
Technically, yeah. I'm gonna see if Nicholas is gonna join me, so I'll check on Nicholas before I go.
You find in the servant... You go to the servant quarters, and you do see one of the servants sitting there. It is one of the butlers. It is a large orc-looking fella, and you know him by the name of Goose.
Ooh,
Goose.
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 Okay.
He's named Goose. Yeah, I know.
I'm not even. Hey, Goose. What's up?
Despite his large nature and how he looks, he's very well spoken, even with a bit of a Sioux voice, what you consider Sioux for an orc. Master Veronica, how can I be of service? Where travels well?
Yes, they were well enough, up until I heard the news that my husband got kidnapped. That's not something I like to hear on my journey.
How were you informed of such a thing? If I may be curious to ask.
That would take way too long to explain. I'll explain it once we solve the entire issue. All right?
Of course. What can I do for you,
Anyway.
milady?
Yes. Have you seen Nicholas, or has he gone back to work already?
It appears that young Nicholas has to still deliver some letters to the castle.
Of course he does. All right. I'm going to go out and see my brother-in-law to see what he's learned so far. So I'll be out. My colleagues might be around the mansion for a little longer, but they are free to leave and return at their leisure.
I recommend checking in with the suspect that they arrested at the station.
Yes, I figured as much. That's where I'll be heading. So just keep an eye on please keep an eye on things, because while I do trust my colleagues, I'd rather not have some of our belongings mysteriously go missing.
Naturally, milady. After all, I am also the bodyguard of this mansion. And he cracks his
man.
knuckle.
Good man. All right, I'll be off. I should be back in time for dinner, as are my companions. Granted that they don't get lost in Lagana. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens.
No problem.
All right.
And he takes a bow as you leave.
Yep. All right.
I'm kind of concerned now that I'm gonna get my ass handled by him because I'm a book in the library.
Well, you are a warlock, so physicality is not your strength, and this is an orc, and you know what orc stats are. Remember, you might be a butler, but that's still someone who grew up in a war capital.
Yeah, I remember that one thing at the fight pit with my old character.
Yeah.
That's why I'm kind of concerned.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know that I was allowed to book.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't know that, so you do have an advantage. Anyway, anyone else doing something? Any specific directions? Because is the party splitting up?
Yeah.
Who's going with Veronica, for example?
Well, Veronica, where is the nearest real library here?
What about the same thing?
Veronica, you know there's several libraries, so they have to be a bit more precise.
Yeah. So, what exactly are you looking for in the library? Because there are a couple.
Go first.
Anything health related? I mean, I know I should probably be at least a sanctum for that, but is there anything in the great city of Lagana for that as well?
I'm pretty sure. Let me think.
Quick, Veronica, roll a quick history check.
I was getting to that.
You knew what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that you don't know an exact library, the only hint you can give them is to check the Alchemist Academy branch in the city.
Okay, do I at least remember where that is?
It should be in the southern district.
Okay.
I wonder what it is if you can look on the map.
Ah, this map is not working with me. So what is it called? The Alchemist?
It's the Alchemist branch of the city, and the alchemy. One moment, I have to double check my notes. The Neribert Institute. That's what they're called, Neribert Institute.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly where it's where there's one dedicated specifically to health. I think your best bet would be the Neribert Institute. It's an alchemist section of Lagana.
Alchemist.
It's over in the south.
I'll give what rundown for Veronica. The Neribert Institute is actually situated outside the city, but there's a city branch inside Lagana's capital, so they can stay in close contact with the royalty. There.
Yeah.
And in the southern district.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what you have to do. Robert, your turn.
As for me, I am more interested in naval combat, historical logbooks and stuff specifically.
Again, history check.
God damn it.
Guess what? War runs in your blood as well, Veronica, and you know where you can find information on those specific topics. It is mostly in the military district, which is just the district north of here. There is what is called a city point, and there should be a library in there containing several military strategies and tactics, or even logs.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Alright. Thank you.
Yeah, it's probably quicker like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're heading off then.
And
All right.
because it's 16, I'm gonna give Robert the building
Yes.
on that map. So Robert knows where to go. Just because that was just high enough to get that out of the way. But yeah, Alona, you're gonna be clueless. You just don't need to be in the southern area of the city.
Cool.
Osseous, you ain't got anything?
Well, reading up about medicine is a good idea.
So you're gonna go with Alona.
Yes.
Yay! We have the directionless turtle going with the.
Again.
There we go again. Whoopee. Anyhow, moving on. Okay. Everyone heads out. Well,
Yep.
Sylvie wishes you goodbye at the entrance as she's cleaning there. And
Wait. Sylvie, do you perhaps know where the alchemical thingamajig is?
I'm just gonna see if she does remember. Isn't it in the Southern District?
Yeah, that's that way, right?
Roll D10 for me, please.
Then.
Yeah, you point in the right direction, actually.
That's
Anything
good.
lower would have been the wrong direction.
Pretty much there
Where
were
was
two
it?
correct numbers, and 10 is always correct. And the other is the numbers I have actually set for every one of them. I'm not saying what's what, just to keep it a mystery.
You know, the best part about this is I actually have a compass in my inventory.
Yeah, I know! And you don't use it. That's the most hilarious part. Anyhow, you all head out your own ways. Veronica? Can you do me also one more history check just in case you can remember where to go? It will just...
Everybody's rolled and ready to go.
Okay. Veronica, you know that you're gonna have to go towards the culture district, and the station is over here. That green building. Those green buildings,
Alright.
pretty much, I'm gonna say right now, most of these tower green buildings, if they're near other buildings, those are most likely stations. There are a few exceptions, but most of them are just police stations, so to speak.
Well, there's plenty of them, I noticed.
It's a military capital. They're trying to keep crime low.
Yeah, I know.
But in this district, mostly the noble district where you see them, those are just normal buildings. So there's a difference. Don't worry. I'll just say if it's not at one. So, alrighty then. I think everyone should roll a d10 to see for each group to roll d10 to see how long they're taking to get to their location.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, you're gonna. So it's Ozzy's and Alona. It's gonna roll a 1. Veronica rolls a 3.
Really?
Well, Ozzy's and Alona have 2 mixing numbers, but I'm gonna say it takes you at least. Since you don't know where you're going, you are gonna go south and you'll
Ask around.
ask around. So you're gonna probably end there in like you're probably gonna be around this area around 50-minute-ish. You have pretty
Oh,
good
that's not too
spip,
bad.
despite the slow turtle. So it's a little bit faster. You get a nice spring in your step. Maremy, you take about half an hour, no, even longer. Sorry, 2. That's a longer distance. You take much longer. You take about an hour before you get to the library. You don't dawdle. Veronica as a free. You will take at least. You're gonna be smart enough to at least take one of the public transports to the district, which cuts your time a bit. Which is free drops. They all cost at least what is it? 5 copper for each transition that you take.
All right. Guess that's 5 copper from my
15.
Alright.
Guess free connections.
Alright.
Go ahead. Do you want to take? Go ahead.
Considering I'm already taking a long walk through the city, can I also just try and pick up rumors passively while I'm walking around?
Sure. Just roll a perception, please. If anyone picks up rumors, you can roll perception.
Oh. Why is it taking so long? There we go.
Oh, crit. Okay, I'm gonna have you take a pick from one of the rumors.
Oh.
And I'm gonna give them all a label, and you get one of the, and you can decide one of the 3 you want to hear into.
Okay.
One is kidnapping, naturally. One is about combat, and one is the word cult. Because of course it's called a
It's
tip.
pretty normal considering we don't have town or whatever capital, so that's not really too interesting to me. Kidnapping would obviously be good because that's the main reason we're here.
Hmm.
What was the third one? Cult, right?
Cult, yeah.
I mean, considering we probably have access to authorities in some way, considering it's a very rich family, I don't think I need to really look into the kidnapping thing. Cult.
Okay. You learn about the cult. Okay. As you're walking around, you hear down at the military, when you enter the military district, a few what appears to be what you think are military family. 2 housewives talking about a cult. This cult is is different from what you've heard before. In fact, it's not really sure. Apparently, from what they heard, they are a sect of the religion that believes in the Mother, because of the Temple of the Mother. But they believe that the Mother actually has a sister, which they call the Sister. So it's the cult of the Sister. Let me read it correctly. Yep. And that the sister will one day come down before them and bless them with eternal fortunes. Apparently the cult is also very happy and doesn't really harm or fly. They're very passive, but they're just weirded out by it. And that Lagana doesn't really do anything about them, but at the same time you're like, it's still a sect in a cult, so it's still weird. But they're not doing anything wrong.
They're not doing anything wrong. They're not really sought after, but they apparently think that one day there will be someone that gives them riches.
Yeah.
Seems like only upsides to me. I might actually join them at some point.
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
Anyway, I'm gonna let it fly for now. Just keeping her in mind.
Yeah, okay, rolling down that you got. Anyone else? Okay, then for timing sakes, Ozzy's and Alona, what do you do when you're at your crossroads? Because doing Chronicle last.
Is there anyone on the crossroads who can ask directions?
there are plenty of people and carts going around.
Do I see anyone alchemist or like?
Roll perception. You don't seem to see anyone that looks distinctly like an alchemist. There's just too many people going around. Too many different races, too many different people. Most of them mostly being taller than you.
There's just too many people there. You know what? Let's go for a different approach. Ozzius, you pick the direction.
Oh, I got another idea. Is anyone here an alchemist?
Roll me a persuasion check.
16.
Huh? Suddenly you hear a small mousy voice going, "Oh, anyone needs an alchemist? Oh, here! And through the crowd you see a little hand holding up.
Oh, nice. I'm looking for your alchemist education system district part in the city.
What you see before you is a smaller humanoid person. You're not really sure what race they are, but they are definitely on the smaller statue. They're slightly shorter than you. And they appear to be feeling what you're not 100% sure. Oh, right. What was that word? Right, you want to know about the medicine? Was it?
Yes, please.
Medicine. Well, you seem like you... Well, you are a cleric, so at least you look like a cleric. That's a holy symbol, right? What kind of holy symbol is that?
That's mine.
Okay. Anyhow, there is a library at the Neribit Institute that is open to the public. Because despite that the public doesn't really like alchemy as much, they even have some problems with magic as well, we still have it open for the people to check it out. Spark interest in alchemy. After all, if we can keep people healed, they will keep fighting for us.
True. Can you take us there?
Well, I'm on my way over to there, so yeah, why not?
Oh, nice. Here's 2 silver for your effort.
It takes you, silver. Ooh, very kind of you, sir. Puts the money away. And they will lead you towards the Neribert Institute branch, which, if it wasn't kind of obvious, is this place. The one with the windmill and the fancy building next to it, and the fields.
I was like, it's a windmill. What would they need with a windmill?
Grinding up ingredients!
Like I said, what would they need with it?
Okay. That you'll be there in like 5 minutes, between 5 and 10 minutes. Let's go to Veronica. Veronica! Here we go. It's time. You enter the station, and inside you see 2 large-looking guards. You cannot discern their face because they're wearing helmets to, well, identity. But their outfit looks different from the military guards that you've seen. So you can assume that these are indeed local law enforcement. They're both sitting behind a desk. Hello, miss. How can I help you?
Yes, I was actually looking for a specific person. I was under the impression he would be coming this way.
And who might that be?
My brother-in-law, the current, temporary Viscount, basically.
Brother-in-law. Which family is that again?
I have to double check that. I forget my own family name. Jeez.
Yeah. Yeah, you named them.
I know. That's kind of, I had a note of it. All right. So, Providio.
The Providio family. Ah, yes, the recent kidnapping incident. I do not know where your brother-in-law currently is, but we are holding the prime suspect about that case.
Mm-hmm.
Your brother-in-law is currently looking into parts of the Eastern District, he informed us. Apparently, he believes that the prime suspect might have been there, but then again, from what we've heard, he says he's been busy in, well, here in the Western Districts. So we don't know why your brother-in-law is going to the Eastern Districts of all things. And he wouldn't give us much...
Furrowed. He likes to be thorough, is what it is. That's just him.
Oh, I've heard about that.
Would it be possible for me to actually meet with the suspect? I'm kind of curious to see what kind of person you think could have taken my husband.
Let me check. Well, it should be... Yeah, it should be fine. He's not in interrogation at the moment.
All right.
Would you like me to Would you like me to lead you to him?
If you would be so kind. Thank you.
Okay. The man slowly gets up, grabs a set of keys. Please follow me this way, milady. He opens one of the back door. He goes past you, opens one of the back doors, and leads you down into the cells. As you head down towards the cells, you slowly come to a stop in front of a cell. The cell is, well, for a cell, it looks pretty fancy. These are detainment cells, not jail cells. So it has at least a decent-looking bed, a place to sit and write, and a bucket. Wonder what that's for. But no view of the outside. It's well lit, and inside you see a man sitting, and they also have some shackles around their wrists that look magical of some sort sense. And, well, this person. Hey on, describe him for me, please.
I knew it! I knew it!
In that case, you're going to see a human sat at the desk, probably, unfortunately, dressed in whatever the prison attire is. Sort of a black hair coming down to about sort of ear, just below his ears. And as he turns, I imagine as you make whatever noise you make, you see he's got sort of like a moustache, like beard, little goatee sort of thing. Oh, now I've got visitors. Wonderful.
Oh, you're not exactly what I had pictured when I was told you were a suspect in this case.
Do you wish me to open the cell so you could talk face to face, or is this fine, miss?
This will be fine for the moment.
Then do you wish me to stand by, or do you wish to talk in private with the suspect?
In private, if you please.
I shall leave you be. All the other cells are currently empty because there has been no other perpetrators for the time being. He salutes and heads back towards the front desk. And now I'm gonna change music. Yeah. Investigation music. Alrighty then. Go ahead.
How close is the chair I'm sat on to where,
It's a... I'm trying to measure it. The cell is about 10 by 10 feet. And I think you're like sitting, about 5 feet away from the iron bars.
Does the chair move, or is it secured to the floor?
It moves. It's not secured to the floor, so you can move and turn.
Yeah, In that case, I will pick up the chair and move it until I'm about a foot from the bars. Sit down again. Why not?
Well,
So-
you seem awfully comfortable.
Well, no sense sitting here uncomfortable. What shall we talk about then?
Well, first thing I'm curious about. What is your name?
My name is Erasmus Stormhawk, but just call me Raz. Most people do.
Not from around here, are you?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, it shows. So what exactly did you do to get you on a suspect list? Because you don't really strike me as the type who would go around indiscriminately attacking and kidnapping people.
You would be correct. My mistake was appropriating the wrong artifact. And in all due fairness, if I'd known it had been taken, I wouldn't have stolen it.
So you're a thief, basically. And the music just stopped.
Don't go. Oh, the loop wasn't working. I'll set it on again. Just keep continuing.
Rogue, maybe. Thief.
You could also call yourself an appropriator of lost goods.
That's a fancy term.
Was a good man.
By the way, I'm gonna have to give this information. And the item that your character stole was a brooch, which is considered the symbol of the family of that's from it comes from.
So what did you steal?
Well, the item in question was a brooch, and I'll be honest, I didn't take a good look at it. I pretty much, I'll be honest, I pickpocketed the guy because he annoyed me.
Oh? What kind of brooch?
It's a golden. I'm about to describe it for him. He can because he still has fresh in memory. It's a golden brooch that is in the form of a shield, and on that shield is the emblem of the Viscount's family. There is a blue gem in the middle of it, which signifies for the current leader of the family.
If I recall, it was golden, shape of a shield, blue gem.
Hold on.
Hmm?
You pickpocketed this from a guy on the street.
Sure. Yeah.
What did he look like?
History check. It was a guy who annoyed you, but you know, you steal from many people, so you gotta really recall for a moment. Oh, you know this guy. Okay, that's actually a 19, so that's a very good roll. And you vividly remember this guy. It was a noble-looking man in a black tuxedo suit, what's he called? A red ornament on his neck, and he had long silver hair, and pointy ears like an elf, but something told you that he wasn't really an elf. And he also had a goatee.
So you could see me almost as if I'm going to gesture before I cross my arms again. And then I relay that information.
Varnaka, if you can also roll dice if you remember such a person.
That would be a history check, right?
Would also be a history check, yeah. These are all history checks.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, yeah, you notice. That's strange. That guy that he pickpocketed from, that's one of the high nobilities of all things. In fact, that is the little brother of one of the barons of Lagana.
Yeah, I just remember he bumped into me. Didn't apologise. Found that annoying.
That was curious. What is a mere baron doing with a viscount's brooch? Especially the family ones, because they're not supposed to have that.
Well,
You're
I'd like to give you an answer to that. Not a clue. Sorry.
You're absolutely sure that he's the guy who you took it from?
Yeah.
You also remember, that's going to add something for Aeon. You also remember that indeed he was very rude, and you did steal somewhere near a large theater from him, as he seemed to be in a rush when he came out of the theater.
Yeah, happened just outside a theatre. I haven't been in the city that long.
Yeah. There's really only a few theaters anyway.
You may roll a quick history check if you want to have an idea what the closest theater is.
History.
You know that there are several smaller theaters in the district, but the biggest one you can think of is the Grand Theater on the Culture Square.
Wouldn't happen to be the Grand Theater up north, would it?
Just also add that's near the large square.
It's near the one near the large square?
Yeah. That will be a yes, by the way.
Yeah. Think so. I mean, if I wasn't in here, I could actually show you, but
Curious and curiouser. And the brooch, I'm assuming they took it back?
They did.
yeah, I don't have anything to hide.
Curious. Alright. So, I can tell you're telling the truth. The question, however, is what to do now? Because they're pretty much convinced that you're probably the one who kidnapped my husband.
Well, I'm pretty convinced I'm not.
Mm-hmm. Well then. I'm going to have a talk with the guards and see what the hell's going on here. So, I'll be back.
Mhm.
So I head back to check with the...
One of the... well, let's call him policemen. Looks at you. And did you inquire anything, miss?
Yes, I did, actually. He seems to have pilfered a brooch from my family. Is that correct?
Indeed, it is now in evidence with one of the investigation teams. Though most of his other belongings have remained here as they have no relevance to the case.
Hmm. So, I assume the brooch is not here then?
No, it is at one of the... It is currently in the investigation team at the castle, as this is considered a larger investigation, considering all the kidnappings of nobility nearby, the royal investigation team has taken interest in it and has taken the brooch as evidenced in the main locker until the missing person has been found.
I see. And I assume my brother-in-law has already confirmed that it is that it belongs to my husband.
I believe he was ranting about not being able to look at it himself in further detail. He just simply confirmed it was the brooch, and after that he went on his own way. He believed that he wished it to at least get it out of evidence as soon as possible and back in the family position so they can go back to fulfilling duties with the right equipment.
That does sound like him, yeah. So, next question. Did you actually listen to his story?
We indeed have. And it was curious to hear that he claims to have pilfered from what considered to be nobility. And thus, we suspected that he might have been making up the story from what we've heard. We are not sure that he's telling the truth, or at least seems to be twisting it. We cannot confirm. We haven't tried Zone of Truth investigation yet, as you know. That requires permission from the Royal Investigation Team. And I currently see no point in wasting that kind of time.
I see. You know what I find peculiar? The fact that he could actually perfectly describe a noble who is known to not be out for long or very often when he hasn't even been here that long.
Indeed. This is why the Royal Investigation Team has taken over. After all, if nobility is involved, it is then mostly goes to the Royal Investigation Team. And considering that this other suspect could be of nobility stature, it remains that the current incarcerated person is the main suspect, until proven unlikely. However, he has been. Sorry. However, we of public service do believe he is indeed innocent and that his story holds truth. But, as you know, the Royal Investigation always has the final say in things.
That does complicate matters.
Is there any request I can help you with?
I am curious about one thing. Would it be possible to have him transported a little closer to home?
Naturally, considering you are the wife of the victim and of nobility considered, we can use your signature to allow his transference into your custody if you believe so. Though do note that the Royal Investigation Team will be following your every movement when they find out.
Fine. That's fine. I don't intend to go anywhere. At least not until this issue is solved anyway.
Alright. The man grabs a piece of parchment, starts writing on it. Here's a release form. If you wish to sign it, milady.
Alright. I grab the quill and do just that.
Takes it. Alright. Your brother-in-law was considering a similar thing, but then decided he didn't want to deal with the hassle of having another baggage carrying along with him. He wishes to.
Again, yeah, again, that doesn't surprise me at all.
All right. He gets up and walks over to Raz's cell and goes, "Inmate, your release form has been signed." Clicks the cell open and opens it. "Shackles, please."
I hold out my arms.
The guard grabs a crystal key, puts it in, unlocks the shackles, and they drop to the ground.
Ah, thank you.
The guard leads you back towards the front desk, and Veronica gets handed the box full of your stuff.
All right then. Well, with that out of the way, we should probably get moving. Because we have a few other things to take care of now.
All right.
Because if you want to prove your innocence, you're gonna have to work with us. 'Cause until this entire thing is cleared up, you're still one of the prime suspects.
In theory. Sure.
All right. All right.
Alright.
Let's go then.
All right.
Would you like me to carry the box for you?
I'll be fine.
Very well. Ladies first.
All right. I go ahead of him and lead the way back towards the house.
All
Getting a
right.
carriage on the way, of course.
You have to pay for him extra as well, so that's gonna
I
be
know.
3 trips, but so you're gonna have to pay twice as much. As that's going on, as you guys are making your way back, Robert, you find yourself at one of what we call a city center. It is a large building, almost as large as the mansion in Veronica, and you see a main entrance. And you see many people you see a few people going in and out of it, mostly carrying files or a book. Do you enter?
Yep.
You enter the building, and you see on your right side you see several what would be considered clerk desks. You know, booths where you can ask for questions and such. And to the left you see 2 large doors that seem to be leading into what looks like a library.
Okay, then I'm gonna go to one of the desks first.
To the left?
No, to one of the desks first.
Okay. You see one of the unoccupied desks, and you see a worker behind them. It's a normal human, and he looks up at you. "Hello, sir. How can I help you?"
Hello, I am looking for logbooks about naval combat with other nations and pirates specifically.
Ah, interested in the naval, interesting in the naval history, right?
Yes, well, a certain, I believe, demon pirate specifically. His name is Dagon.
Dagon. I'm not sure. You might have a book about that somewhere. I am not a librarian. I am a simple clerk.
Oh, my bad. It's my first time in this city, so I'm aware of the customs here.
It is fine, sir. I simply recommend heading into the library and checking the main index area. It should be a large
Very well.
billboard-looking thing. It is best to
Thank you
describe
very
it. Naturally.
In
And-
that case, I'm gonna head to the big door.
You go into the library, and you do find that this is a 2-story library with several different books and shelves full of scrolls. At the main area, you don't find a desk of a librarian, but indeed a large billboard with an index of several things. This is
Well,
just self-serve library, clearly.
okay. Yeah, I'm first gonna look if there's anything specifically on Dagon. If there's not, I'm gonna look for pirate companies, and if there is nothing, I'm gonna look for, I don't know, naval combat with pirates.
Okay, roll me 3 investigation checks for those. To see if you can find us in the indexes. On the large index. Because it's definitely a large index. Like, it's a full roster of
I don't
subjects.
see anything directly on Dagon.
3 times. Yeah, so
Oh,
for
3
Dagon, Dagon you don't find anything specific on the index. You're not really surprised, considering the index is supposed to show categories, not specific books.
Yep. Good thing.
The second thing was, what was the second thing again?
Pirate companies, and the third thing was naval combat with pirates.
Okay. And the third one... So, you failed once and you crit twice.
Yes, it was critical fail once.
So, you didn't find anything about Dagon specifically, but you did find about pirate companies and combat with pirates. Indeed, they have indeed several books about pirate companies, registered pirate companies, and of course several law books of battles with infamous pirates and pirate companies. They're both on the second floor, and the shelves are about 3 shelves from each other apart. But they're but pretty much that is considered the naval section.
Yeah. Before I head there, I'm gonna go find a quiet corner where there's nobody and actually refresh my disguise self.
Yeah. You find yourself a quiet corner where nobody's looking for a quick moment, and then poof! You quickly lose your disguise and reapply it.
Yeah.
You didn't scare anyone. Nobody noticed.
Alright, then I'm gonna look through those books about pirate companies and hope that I find Dagon.
I want you to roll 1d100, 1d10, and then an investigation check.
Okay, here's the D100.
That's okay. That's a 39,
Here's the D10.
a 6,
And the investigation check.
Okay. You see, so I'm gonna have to think for a quick moment. At least I'll just say this right now: the investigation check is for the books you find to find what kind of information you find in them. You find the specific information. So yes, you're gonna get specific information. Congratulations. The 39 is to find the chance of how many of the chance of your book finding, which is a 39, and then of that 39, it's 6. So you find 6 books that you are interested in. A 39 chance that you might find something you need. All right, then I will do a quick roll myself. Okay. From the 6, you found 6 books. You find 2 logs about 2 different ships fighting pirates, and you find 4 books about. We found 1 book about a history on about a certain pirate company that seems that has been known to using demonic troops in their past, or demonic essence. And the last 3 books are just general books about pirate combat. In the pirate combat books, you do not find anything of interest about Dagon or anything related. These are just quick stories about combat and the tactics used in them. As in, you're supposed to learn from this what to do on a ship. The 2 books.
I assume I know the basics.
Yeah, basically. Basics, advanced, and expert. But none of them have the word mentioned to specifically Dagon. More like, how to deal with pirates. For dummies, for advanced, and for experts. Get it?
Are there also books about how to deal with military vessels?
You didn't look for that.
I know, but like it would be fair if there was something like that. Although I doubt it.
It probably is there, considering there's 2 other kingdoms that have their own ships, so maybe it's there, but you didn't look for that specifically. Remember your wording. Remember your wording.
I know. I was like thinking. So there are books for military vessels, how to fight against pirate ships. But are there books for pirates?
No,
Teach
you
them
will
how
probably.
to fight military
You
vessels?
don't know that. You don't know that. You didn't look for them, but that might
I
not
know,
be
it's
here.
just- it's don't worry. It's just a thought that.
As for the books about the log books of the book about the pirate companies, you do not find anything specific about Dagon. You do find about a company that indeed employed otherworldly abilities to help in their raids against demons. Are you calling the demon unfair? Osseous, thank you, Osseous. But it's very much, but it doesn't relate to Dagon. It's just, your typical pirate using dirty tricks to get ahead. And if you want to know the name is Scorchbeard. Yeah,
Okay.
Scorchbeard. That was the captain's leader name of the company. The Scorchbeard Pirates, yay! Who cares?
Yeah, pretty much.
And then the 2 notebook and the 2 logbooks. In the first one depicts a military captain having to deal with pirates coming out of the east. And as you flip through it, one of them mentions indeed, again, otherworldly beings assisting these pirates. And the logbook seems to depict them as neither side winning in this case. But it was noted, and this is just it, that the unholy creatures used in the combat seem to love attaching to the crew's heads. And those who had their heads bitten on for a while, their brains were removed. After a long combat, both sides fell in retreat and had losses.
Well, I might as well pick it up. Maybe when I read further into it, I might actually find something helping me.
All right. The other book. Again, this is indeed another military vessel that had an encounter with otherworldly forces. But these were spirits of the sort, undead. And when you read this, you just feel a chill going down your spine. It's like this vessel was avoiding death. These crew were unnatural, spiritual. While the name Dagon doesn't come up, you try to recall something.
History check.
Huh?
History check, I assume.
Yeah. Quick history check. And depending on the roll, you might have to roll again for something.
And we're back to the bad ones. I hate it.
Uh-oh.
Why just now? Why?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yep, you're gonna have to do it. You need to roll a wisdom saving throw. Are you trying to recall this and failed to? Oh no, that was just not enough. Just not enough. As you recall this tale, your mind starts to gaze, and you get a flashback. The spirits, everything. And then it comes to you. The ship that takes those with debts down to the locker.
This is the book I've been looking for.
Though it doesn't say the name Dagon, it seems very similar to your memory. You can't recall it completely, and with that failed wisdom throw, you feel your soul getting heavier, your body feeling also heavier. You remember that sensation, and now, guess what? You've gained a point of exhaustion from recalling all that.
I have no experience with exhaustion. What does it do? What does it mean?
On your character sheet, you can add points of exhaustion. The more points of exhaustion that you have, the more disadvantages you get. Basically put, you're just feeling very tired right now and you need to get some sleep. The more you ignore this, the more tired you're gonna get, the more points of exhaustion. If you have too many points of exhaustion, you're dead.
Okay, where do I add those points?
Moon, can you help him real quick? Or should I? It should be in this corner, because otherwise I have to open... I don't have his character sheet open. That's the only reason why I'm asking. Anyone has character sheets?
On D&D Beyond specifically, or?
Yeah, D&D Beyond specifically.
Okay, where you...
It's next to defenses, under your HP. There's a tab that's labeled conditions.
Oh,
Yeah.
There.
Right
Okay,
at the bottom. The conditions.
Yeah, conditions. There it is. Thank you. Thank you, players. Because otherwise I have to put it in myself.
One.
Yeah. So, and you can read what it says under conditions, exhaustions 1. So what does it say?
That's a lot of text. Disadvantage on ability checks,
Yep, that's it.
essentially.
Yippee!
Because you're tired.
Yeah.
All right. Now back to the other group going towards the alchemic academy. Well, institute. It's an institute. It's also an academy, but it's an institute. Ozzius and Ilona, you find yourself in front of a large building with a large windmill attached to it. And there are several pipes coming out of the windmill as well, leading steam up into the air. Next to it seems to be a large wall, which if you could look slightly over it, you could see some sort of crop growing area. Can't see what it exactly is. The building itself looks pretty luxurious, but there's also several pipes running around it. And your guide leads you inside. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You are now at the Nelbert Institute, or at least the section inside the city of Lagana. Ozzius, Ilona?
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
do you work here?
I study here. I'm one of the students.
What topics do you mostly engage in?
I'm more interested in the chemical refinement of metallurgies. So I mostly
What do
study.
you want to do when you grow up?
Oh, I want to make grand buildings connected via pipes. Oh, haha. They're short, I get it. Jerk! Don't be a jerk to my NPCs.
That's a cool one.
That sounds interesting.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Is anyone here doing any experiments concerning health?
There are some smaller experiments here done with health. Though, if you truly want to go to learn more about health treatment, you should not be in this city at all. In fact, you should be going to Lisa's Sanctum for that. That city is where most of the medical things happen and medical treatments are done.
I know, we just ended up in this city and I wanted to go there, but we had some business here first.
I see. There's still some medical treatments books here. After all, we do assist the doctors of this fair city.
Would you mind showing me those books?
I can show you to the library, sure. Why not? It's a public library.
Right.
So, you naturally head down a pathway down a large single door, and inside you see a 3-story library. However, it is more compact. Like, it is still a library, but it goes more vertical than it goes horizontal. With a spiral staircase in the middle to go to each floor above.
So, little one, do you know where the health books are?
I think you should ask the librarian that. And you see behind the desk, you see what looks like a... How would I say that? Which color should I go with? Yeah, let's go with that. A white-looking bird person. Anyway, I must be off. I have a class in... Well, probably soon. Bye!
Well,
And
good
your
luck
guy goes
with
off.
huts and houses.
Mhm.
Well, I head to the librarian.
The bird person looks you up. Hello there. How can I be of service? Are you a student or are you a civilian of the city?
Neither.
Visiting
Ah, visitors.
person.
Welcome to the Library of Nybert, or at least the city district one. After all, this branch is smaller than the Grand Library at the actual institute.
I know, I was looking for some health-related books, and I know I should be on Lisa's Sanctum for that. But I ended up here, so I just wanted to see what you have.
Ah, we were glad to help you in the pursuit of alchemic knowledge. They adjust their monocle on their beak. The health section should be on this floor. Let's see here. We go through what looks like a book index. Ah, right. That is shelf H123. That should.
H1, 2, 3.
We categorize everything under their names. So most health-related things are on H123. For more disease problems, we recommend H425.
I think I'll check out H123.
Naturally.
Not really looking into diseases right now.
Remember, anything beyond 5 is about into different species internals. Just so you know. Alright then.
Thank you.
Glad to assist your quest of alchemic knowledge. And they adjust their monocle again.
I head to H123.
You find it in no time. And these are indeed very high shelves. And the shelves of H123 have several books. Encyclopedias about medical treatments. Several books on healing potions and antidotes. So, what are you looking for?
I'm looking for something on life in general, not necessarily treatment of diseases or anything.
What do you want exactly? Hello?
Something on life and living creatures in general.
Life and living creatures. That's very broad. How do you live? How does life work? Broad stroke.
Okay, more like how long do creatures live and why is there a difference between creatures?
You want to find for lifespans, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right, roll me an investigation. Go ahead, Ozzy. Ozzy, are you helping them, or are you rolling? Are you helping them, or you're as in giving them advantage, or are you looking for something yourself?
Oh no, I'm looking for something myself.
Okay, can you tell me what you're looking for?
Just how to improve medicine in general.
Okay, that's also pretty broad, but less broad than what Alona wants. Oh.
Healing medication.
Okay. Also roll me in quick. Yeah, roll me also an investigation because you're investigating the things for specific things. But Alona, as you look around, yeah, this whole lifespan looking thing, it's not paying off. There's just so much things about different things, nothing really specific you're looking for. Ozzius! You find an encyclopedia about medicine that catches your eye. It is a very thick book. Like this thick. It's an encyclopedia, so are you surprised? Alchemy. Okay, so what do you need to do with it? With the information.
I'm just going to read it.
You're just gonna read an encyclopedia.
Yep. Page 1.
Okay. We're just gonna go ridiculous. Roll me 2 D1000s, please. You're going through the encyclopedia. You're gonna be having to roll ridiculously big. Okay. You decide to take your time to go through 339 pages.
Yeah.
That I'm not gonna calculate how long it's time, but you're gonna take a long ass time. You're gonna be fine for the time being, and we'll see after what you have learned. Alona, what are you doing when your quest to find things failed?
Can I keep searching? Or did I check out all, like, H1, 2, 3?
You pretty much checked out most of it. You didn't find any results. Because it was such a...
I would like to have a look around if I see any, like, shady sections in this library.
Shady sections? Like the whole library itself?
No, like the room I misstepped into, like in the last library.
Oh, you want to go that. Perception. See if you find anything suspicious. You find nothing suspicious in this Alchemic Institute, at least in this library section of the Institute. Mike?
Yeah.
You're not nothing suspicious at all. Oh, that might include medicinal cocaine, really, dude?
We're talking about modern medicine here.
Ozzius. No, you don't find anything suspicious. Anything else, Alona?
Do we see any doors leading to other sections of this building?
Nope, just the front one that goes back to the main lobby.
Cool. I go towards the exit then.
Okay, you just get away from the Aaron Carcrow as your total friend is still in the library reading an encyclopedia.
I just realized there might be another subject I need to look into.
So you stop and turn around.
Well, I didn't pass the librarian yet, did I? Or
no, you didn't. You're just barely out. You're just about to step outside the library.
oh, okay, I walked back to the librarian.
Yes. Did you forget something?
Yeah, there was one other subject I'm interested in. Do you know anything about realm tears or books about it or?
Realm tears. Let me recall. I do recall something of a chair in what was it again? A self-biography of an alchemist. Which one was it again? Let me check. It goes through the books. Chair. Ah, right. Meldrick Talbon.
Malfric Talbon.
Typed it in chat.
You have this self-biography in the library.
Of course we do.
Where can I find it?
Let's see here. Second floor on the Chronicles section. So shelf C2 on the third bookshelf. Should be there. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Head to the second floor in the Chronicles section, shelf C2, third bookshelf.
Quick perception check if you can see the book.
Ah, finally something.
Write things down. Give me a moment. I want to at least keep my notes updated. Okay, you find the book. It is a decently sized book, as an autobiography would be, and yeah, it's a bright red book with the name of the autobiography of Meldrick Talbon. What do you do with it? What do you do with it?
I have a quick look inside whether this is anything, whether I find the notion of realm terror.
Investigation. That's a 100% investigation again. You like investigating.
Not rolling too good on it though. Oh, okay, never mind. I take that back.
As you leaf through the autobiography, you read about how the first pages are about how Talbon grew up in a poor neighborhood, and kind of a sob story about how he worked with several different ways to become an alchemic master. And God, this is definitely autobiography schlock. But when it comes to researches, you read a section about an experiment done by Talbon, which you learn is that Talbon is an alchemist of Christology, mostly about how different crystals react to different chemicals and magical crystals alike. And he once conducted an experiment with what would be considered a crystal filled with celestial energy and a crystal filled with abyssal energy. He apparently made a device that connected the two crystals into one center point. By conducting this experiment, the two energies flowed towards a center location in the hopes of generating some sort of new mystical energy, or at least see what happens when, celestial and abyssal would mix. And the results came up that it formed some sort of tear in the realms. Well, tear in the realms, opening And when he looked through the tear, all he could see was what looked like an empty plains of some sort. As far as the eye can see, just an empty plains, no grass, just dirt. And the blue sky. He wasn't sure what he was looking at. Out of fear of destabilizing and allowing other things to happen, he cut the experiment short. And turned off the device. And naturally, within a few seconds, the tear closed.
So we did see into a different realm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I have enough information for now.
Okay.
I wonder if it's always an empty plane of dirt and blue sky, or it's, I mean, could be any realm, right? Just different from the ones.
You can
from the one
always
we were in.
roll. You can always roll a history check, an arcana check, or a religion check.
That makes sense. History check.
You want to see if you've seen or heard a description of such a realm before.
Yeah.
Okay. You think it's like you think it's familiar of something, but you can't really pinpoint anything, and thus like, yeah, no, I don't remember. Maybe it was something, but it could also just been, I know, some sort of location that you might have heard of someone's travels before. Either way, you do learn that the fact that Talbot might have been able to open a tear to another realm, which, considering from what things you've known from your own history, from your own travels, that is slightly peculiar.
Just that.
Huh?
Don't worry about it.
Okay. And at least now I also know what a round tear could look like. Okay. I close the book, put it back, and for a second time head towards the exit.
Okay. Ozius! Can you roll me... Okay. After reading at least 339 pages, I want you to roll me... What would be fun for this? Because I'm thinking, because I have several ideas. You know what? Roll me an intelligence check. See how you absorb the knowledge.
Ah, good.
Okay. After 339 pages, you felt like, wow, there's a lot of information in here. But I don't feel like I know how to improve my medicine yet. Darn it, this is way too complex. It's a little bit more complex than I thought. Alchemy, all these alchemic things? No. I'm not that good yet in it. I need more time with this.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And with that, you do notice that Ilona's already leaving.
I do look
How late is
behind
it?
me.
Huh? Sorry?
Who?
Ilona, what did you say?
Oh, I do kind of look behind me because I do want to see where Ozius went.
You just see him reading the encyclopedia at one of the seating spots.
Hey, Ozius, you want to come?
Oh, sure.
I mean, alchemist places always kind of give me bad vibes.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go.
The librarian gives you a wave as a few students go past you and go inside the library to do their own research. Alright then. And with that done, I think everyone is gonna go back to the place, right? Even Robert after his point of exhaustion.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep the book though. I'm gonna take it. And I'll bring it back after a while.
Okay, you're taking it with you. That's what I want to update on. Naturally. Alright, everyone! You've reconvened at the Viscount's place. We're not doing any stupid lost things. Everyone is just there. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Oh, we lost someone. Who did we lose? Oh. If we lost... That's weird. Am I still alive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the internet closed for a minute because my browser was like, what?
Weird.
What?
So, you all reconvene in the parlor of the mansion. And the first ones to arrive are indeed Veronica and Raz. And they've already taken seat and are enjoying a bit of a scuff of tea. After that, it's Ozzy and Ilona arriving, and last to arrive is Robert. Alrighty then. You may commence your interactions.
So, how was the city, guys?
Wait, that's your question? Who's that guy?
Yeah.
Well, he's involved in this case. Let's keep it at that.
Involved in what way?
Involved in the way that he snagged a brooch from my family from a baron, of all people.
How did
Good
the
job.
Baron get your brooch?
And that's what we're going to find out.
And does he speak?
Certainly do.
Ah, good.
Robert, you got anything to say? Or do note that you can see the exhaustion on Robert's face.
I'm not gonna
Look a
say.
bit tired. You should go to sleep.
Yeah, I'll probably do that.
Did anything interesting happen to you?
I read a book.
And that made you tired? You can read a book and basically sleep at the same time.
Maybe it was just because I haven't slept at all the past few days. Maybe, I don't know.
You guys can do an insight check on that.
Why would I doubt an ally?
I know. Ilona's is prodding, so I'm asking
I
if.
would
On
definitely
the other
do
hand,
that.
he was lying a lot about not being able to do magic.
And guess what? You have to contest it with a deception check.
Yay. I mean, I'm not decepting. I haven't slept at all the past few days.
No, but you are hiding something. Deception is not just is also hiding
That is true.
things.
Okay, that is true. Well. I mean,
How?
That's your
I always
birthday
get
20.
the-
It's Gee, if there was another bard that you wanted to recruit, you would have done that again. Or maybe you would have recruited a lich this time.
We tried that.
He was on a natural roll streak as well back then. Every time something ridiculous happened, this guy gets a roll streak in 20s. It's how they almost convinced the Lich to join the party. Do know that would have probably ended horribly. No, Ozzy is Ilona. You look closely, and then you see Robert, and you're like, yeah, he's right. He doesn't sleep much. He's a weird guy, weird pirate guy.
That makes sense. So, new guy, what's your name?
My name is Erasmus Stormhawk. But most people call me Raz. Or, oi, hey you.
Okay, Raspberry.
Can I do a check whether... Can I do a check whether I recognize that name or like that type of name from anywhere?
You may most certainly try with a history check. Nope, you have no idea what his name means or have ever heard of it before.
Cool, hi Raz.
Hello.
Also,
What would be your names?
I'm
Ozzius.
Alona.
Ozzius?
The turtle's name is Ozzius.
I'm Alona.
Honor.
The sorcerer, our little elven sorcerer, is named Alona.
well, as you heard, that's Robert.
The gruff
Okay,
looking
it's
pirate person who looks tired, who looks quite tired, is indeed Robert. And
Robert, do you need something to get to sleep? Like, probably have
it's
something
fine.
in my bag, like some herbs, or. And he grabs his great club, like I could use this.
I think it's fine. Thank you.
Okay. No herbs. That's money. That's good.
And Raz, just quick question.
Oh.
Why did you steal that brooch?
As I told you, that Baron bumps into me. Rather rude. I tend to pickpocket people I find annoying.
You do know that's illegal, right?
I like you already.
no.
Me too.
Chaotic pirate.
I am literally a chaotic little pirate.
Speaking of possessions, could I have my box, please?
Sure. Just don't get any funny ideas. And I toss the box over.
Yes, I won't have any yet. I just want to
Elephant
run...
in a pink skirt.
Interesting.
Funny
Are
thought.
all my possessions still in the box?
Most of
Like,
your possessions are still there. The only thing missing is the brooch and any illegal, what we considered illegal
Contraband.
contrabands that you might have smuggled in. But otherwise, most of your clothes and weapons and other stuff is still there.
What is my book in there?
Your book is in there.
Cool.
That was not considered illegal.
I'm just gonna sort of half lift like almost like a belt of pouches. Pull a piece of fleece out of one of the pockets, and just By the way, is this the brooch you mentioned? And you see an image of the brooch
Veronica,
as if I'm holding it.
Veronica, you see what looks like to be indeed your husband's brooch. In fact, you also have a similar brooch, but that one has a red gemstone in it. But you left it in your own quarters here.
Duh. How in the world? So wait, is it a drawing, or is it just the actual brooch?
Just tell them what you've done.
Looks like the brooch,
It looks like the actual brooch.
and then it's gone.
And I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna hold up my hand, also snap, and it's also gonna appear in my hand now.
Say,
Oh,
Remember-
fascinating.
you just yeah, it's
I
because
throw
you
it up
saw.
and it disappears.
Mhm. Yay!
Prestidigitation,
you.
wonderful thing.
So is that illusion magic?
Pretty much.
Interesting.
I guess your brother-in-law's still not back?
I
You-
know he likes to be thorough, but he should be coming back any time now. I mean, it's about dinner time, so I doubt he's gonna skip. At least.
At this point, Sylvie
shouldn't.
comes into the room. Master Veronica, I regret to inform that your brother-in-law has been delayed and will be catching a late dinner.
Of course he is.
He's currently in discussion with the Royal Investigation Team.
Well, so much for that. Well, I guess we'll have to wait until morning then, assuming that he's going to stick around for a while. Actually, could you, when he does return, could you make sure that he doesn't actually leave until we've spoken?
I will indeed relay the memo.
Thank you.
In the meantime, since it's almost dinner time, what should I ask the chef to serve for you and your guests?
Does anyone have a preference that they would prefer?
Chef special.
Sure.
Sounds like it's gonna be the usual again.
Well, anything that comes out of the sea would be fine for me.
I think the chef has some nice halibut in the kitchen. I will relay your request. She nods and
Alright.
then heads out.
On a side note, actually, Alona, how was your trip to your and Alzius's trip?
It was okay. I kind of found out that I need to go to Lisa's sanctum.
We could probably head out as soon as we finish our business here. It's not that far from the city anyway.
Yeah. I did some light reading over there.
What did you read?
An encyclopedia about healing and stuff.
Pretty light.
Almost did 340 pages this time. Which is not as good as I hoped.
That's the average, right?
Oh. I just shake my head and chuckle.
I'm gonna take out the logbook and just skip through the pages looking for any images to look at.
Well, it's a logbook, so there aren't any images.
I know, I mean, that's why I'm looking if there are any drawings or something. that
I
someone
can.
might
You
have
don't
made.
even have to investigate. I'm gonna say it's all just words because it's a logbook.
Yeah, okay, but the others will still see me just skipping through the pages.
Okay. No one responds.
Just flipping through
No.
pages, pretending you're reading.
Basically.
Well, if you'll excuse me for just a moment, and Raz is going to pick up his box, head over to the corner of the room, and using minor illusion again, I'm going to create a 5-foot privacy screen
Go ahead.
and
Poof.
change.
It's
Well,
a
probably a smart idea.
And Raz is changing into his dapper outfit.
Oh yes.
Time slowly passes and eventually dinner comes in. And you get a nice, what looks like almost like a small banquet of bread. A nice type of meat drenched in what looks like some sort of sauce with honey. There's also chopped up pieces of halibut sprinkled with a little bit of gherkin. And a salad bowl with some dressing on it.
Went out of his way again. Well then. Enjoy yourselves, I would say.
Looks like a good welcome home dinner.
If only the situation was a little more welcoming. That's the only thing I can say about that.
True. What did you find out anything today?
The only thing I really did find that's really of note is the fact that there's a Baron involved somehow. I'm not sure what he would be doing, but
You mean the one Raz stole the brooch from?
yes.
Do you know who it
Kind
is?
of.
Which Baron?
Oh yes, I do. I know him. He's a familiar face, but he doesn't really show himself normally. At least he didn't the last time I was here.
It's not the Baron, it's the brother of the Baron.
Yeah.
I will give you a name. It is the brother of Baron Gelden.
Yeah.
You can try to find him later on.
Oh, I intend to. Don't worry. But I'm curious to see, first off, if my brother-in-law's already had a discussion with him.
That makes
'Cause
sense.
If he has, we're going to have to exchange information to make sure we don't, well, ask the same questions. The last thing we want to do is make him suspicious of everything that's going on. Though, to be fair, if I actually start asking questions, he'll probably be more suspicious.
I mean, I could help you out with some fire there.
We'll see how it goes.
And I could help with healing.
You can burn him and heal him, and burn him and heal him on and on again.
That doesn't sound good.
To me, it does.
Doesn't sound lawful either, so I'm...
That sounds very chaotic evil.
I thought of something that is technically possible. Is you could control water by your magic. You could make them drink something, and just keep it stuck in their throat without the ability of air passing through.
That sounds awesome as well. Let's do that at the same time.
That's not how it works, though, in D&D.
That doesn't work.
Uh-oh.
It doesn't. That does not how it works.
Theoretically,
Good idea. Though.
okay. Explain to me later, please, why that doesn't work. Okay.
You have to see it.
Yep. So moments in
And
here,
that's how you
it's out of your
unfollow it.
control.
No, yeah, true. Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
I sure
To be
enjoy.
fair, you can kill him. I've got Speak with Undead.
Now,
Yes,
those
well,
are some good
I
ideas.
mean, I'm not gonna point exactly what, but I think you remember what happened. Civil War.
Aussies, I'm starting to like you now.
Raz, what do you think of the company you're keeping right now?
I seem to be finding myself in interesting company. Again. Ah,
Good, he feels at home. I
oh well.
think
Nice to get out of that prison attire, though.
I can only imagine. So where exactly are you from, anyway?
Prison.
Besides prison.
Slightly less recently. Another continent.
Oh. explorer, or are you?
Sorts.
Interesting.
Circumstances led me to travel here on ship. Unfortunately, hadn't been in town that long, and your lovely guards swiftly made their acquaintance.
Yeah, that's what you get when you try to steal something within a military city.
And get
And
caught.
get caught.
They were kind of nice. They only manhandled me once.
I mean, that only
Well,
really
next time-
happens when we get caught, not when we just
Indeed. Next time, just don't get caught. You'll be fine.
Exactly.
Sound advice.
Don't steal. It's illegal.
It's only
I wouldn't
legal
have
someone
taken
else.
it if I knew it was stolen.
It's against the law for a reason.
It's
Yeah,
not
that's
against
why
the
we
law
have
the
to
law
break
comes
it.
out.
I mean, I guess it depends on which law you
Then-
follow, right?
I've been here for a day or two. I did not yet know the law.
Exactly, who knows?
Exactly.
Maybe in their country it's the custom to just take whatever you find.
That makes so much sense.
It really does.
Civilized world's here.
So some time passes. It's slowly getting later. And eventually, after some hours and a nice hearty meal, you hear the doors of the parlor open, and a man with what looks like a red mantle, wearing a red mantle, in what looks like a general's outfit, and standing tall is a human with black hair and a black beard. He gazes towards Veronica with piercing brown eyes. Finally made your way home, huh?
Yeah, nice to see you too, jerk.
Same as usual. I'm
Look
surprised.
who's talking.
While you were gone, I was taking up what would be considered your duties as well. By the way, Veronica, you know the name. It's Richard. Or, in short, Dick.
Here's not right.
Funny thing, I was actually about to call him that as soon as he walked in.
Yeah, but that's his actual shortened name. But he will get angry if you say that.
Yes, Richard, all that well and good, but I think we have more important matters to deal with.
Indeed. Indeed. Our squabbles aside, the fact that my brother was kidnapped, the head of the family, is very concerning. I am ready to take his place, but let us be fair, he is still the man for the job to lead the family, as it was our father's wish.
Well, that he is. So do we have any ideas on what the hell's going on anyway?
Well, I was away from the mansion when it happened. I was preoccupied with some harbor dealings going on in the port of Lagana. After all, you know I like my foreign affairs a lot. But apparently, during that time, most of the servants were out doing errands, and apparently the master, your husband, brother, was kidnapped from his home. Nobody saw anything, which made people suspect that it was someone that he knew. Naturally, you were a suspect on the list because you were missing for over a year. Considering that you may have wanted to off him for finding a foreign lover. I simply
Really now.
dispelled that rumor. After all, despite your neglectful nature, you would not resort to that kind of foul play.
As fun as it would be, I'll pass.
I see you did bring a company along with you. Either way, from what I've gathered, it had to be someone they knew. And he looks at Raz. Taken the main suspect into your own custody, I see. And Raz, you do recognize him. He did question you a bit. And he's as lovely as he's presenting himself now.
Hello.
I figured we'd be able to ask him a few more questions here than we would be at the cells.
I prefer not getting the Royal Investigation Team stalking your every movement. But then again, it is in your own nature to do whatever you want. It does get results from time to time.
Well, it did keep Nicholas out of the grasp of occults when we were in the
Swordville.
Swordville.
Swordville, huh? Cults. There's been many cults there, but I'm suspecting it was a specific one. Yes, there was also a cult was considered a suspect for a while from all the kidnappings surrounding the nobility. But then again, there were no ransoms. Why kidnap nobility if you're not gonna take a profit out of it or take control of things? It seemed off. This is also why your husband has been... This is also...
Maybe they didn't do it for the money.
Very funny. Either way, from what I can find out, it is indeed true that our thieving suspect here is not responsible of the kidnapping of any sort.
That much I already figured.
Even the Royal Investigation Team has considered this, but have kept him into custody due to having some sort of scapegoat ready if need be.
I raise a hand, so just to make sure that I don't speak out of place.
Richard looks at you. Yes, sir.
When I was about town earlier today, I heard a few people talking about the cult you probably were just mentioning. That weird cult that isn't really doing anything against the law and the city doesn't really care for either. The ones that apparently hail the sister or something like that. Although they might not be the main suspects, I reckon they could be helpful in the investigations. Cults usually spread around the entire city, and as such, they might have a good amount of intel on whatever is going on.
It seems that your roguish bunch does have a good idea. I wouldn't want to be seen with with any kind of cults or underworld types. Very well, you might pursue that investigation yourself, sir. Any assistance is commendable.
It also keeps our noses clean anyway.
Indeed.
I mean, they're more likely to talk to these guys than they are to talk to us.
Verily so. I do know of the Calder Sister. They are mostly seen around the Temple of the Mother of all things. Naturally because of what their beliefs. But they are harmless. I do not see why they would even have the need to kidnap anyone. Perhaps perhaps they know something. Maybe it was another cultish organization.
Nonetheless, it might be helpful to ask them if they have any intel on this situation.
Indeed.
Yeah. It never hurts to ask.
Either way, I will now present some of my findings to you. First off, I have inspected, indeed, the eastern districts, and while patrolling down the lower income areas, I inquired a few things, managed to pay a few people off, and I do note that indeed how would I say this? There has been an increase of nobility movement in the lower income districts of all things. Some were even surprised that I was around, which was already pretty surprising to me. After all, nobility doesn't really care as much to go to the lower incomes unless there is a way to wedge in a power or a policy.
True.
And with your husband being well, one of the council of the people, it only seemed natural that I would question some of the lesser folk. But apparently they even spotted one of the war council members, which is very uncommon. Indeed, one of the nobility that is related to the families of generals and commanders, a baron to be exact.
It wouldn't happen to be the Geldin's brother, would it?
No. It would actually be from a different family. They're neighbors to be exact. The family of Steuven, of all things. So we already know that the brooch was in the hands of Geldin, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, interesting. So Stelvin and so.
Curious.
That is very curious indeed.
Just the fact that it's another Baron family, that's one thing. But the fact that they're neighbors, that makes us even more suspicious.
Indeed, I was gonna question the master of the Geldin family myself, to only learn that they were missing. In fact, they are the latest victim. It has been hush-hush for the time being.
Well, so much for that. So it's just the master? What if his brother is still around?
Indeed.
So there is still the chance to question him at the very least. Though, given everything that's happened, he's probably not very prone to speak up. Especially if we were to question him.
The Royal Investigation Team is going to look into it themselves. They have already, on my way home, they dispatched an investigator to check in on the Baron's brother to see if they know anything about his movements before he went missing.
This whole situation just got a lot more difficult.
Indeed. After all, if the master of the Geldin family is missing, and, well, our thief here claims the Bar of Geldin stole a brooch of one of the other missing persons, that would naturally shift all suspicions to him. But why make it almost... But that's almost too obvious. Something doesn't add up, and I do not like that.
Do we have any indication on a time frame when he was kidnapped?
Not yet. That is still being investigated.
The time frame could help us in this case, because there is a chance that, of course, that he was kidnapped while Raz was already in captivity, which should exonerate him.
I see. Either way...
It of course does get difficult if that's not the case.
I also have tried to gain some information from the Royal Investigation team on all the cases together, but they seem to send me home for the day. As tomorrow morning they might give me a report of what they know, or at least what I'm classified to know. No. Yeah. Back up.
Keep emphasis on might, of course.
Indeed. After all, their main suspect is a baron. This means that that any noble family at this point can be behind all the kidnappings, but no motive or pattern has been seen yet.
And that's the tricky part. The fact that there's no real pattern.
Indeed. Only the recent developments have shown a small pattern. But even then, the pattern is very flimsy. Who knows where it will lead. For now, I will take my dinner in the office, as I will do a few more investigations of my own in some of the family files. Maybe maybe there is a family connection between us and one of the missing people. No matter how weak it might be.
Yeah, that would be a rather flimsy connection, but any connection might help.
Indeed. Dismissed. And he turns around and heads towards the office.
Same old, same old.
And with that, you've learned about things. The evening falls, and yeah, I think we should call it here.
Yeah, we should probably just go to bed, and then next session start at the break of dawn.
Yeah, so you all can have your long rest, or whatever your long rest is.
Yeah.
We can
And,
all stay here for the night.
Huh?
So we can all stay here for the night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
No charge.
sleeping for free.
Sleeping for free. You're just in the in guest rooms.
I can spend my long rest doing night activities, so I'm gonna read the logbook again. I get more exhaustion.
Yeah, that found that a good idea to try and reminisce from that. You should just actually sleep for once.
Yeah.
Because if you fuck up your long rest and get another point of exhaustion, it gets bad. Like, exhaustion can also be...
Indeed.
Yeah. You don't want that as a warlock. I'm gonna move away. You can only move 50 feet. Next turn, you're surrounded. Fuck! Anyhow, with that said, we're ending this session. We will resume in 2 weeks' time. And with that, it's goodbye from your Dungeon Master. It is goodbye from our new party member, Raz.
Well,
It is goodbye from Robert.
Goodbye.
It's goodbye from Osius.
Bye-bye.
It's goodbye from Veronica.
Ciao, ciao.
And it's goodbye from Ilona.
Bye, everyone.
And with that, your DM says goodbye. And next time, we will see where the investigation leads. Is it maybe a political conspiracy? Or is there a cult involved? Or maybe criminal gain in some sort of way? Whatever it is, there's a mystery in the military capital of Lagana. And our party is more than willing to find out. Stay charged, and we will see you next time.